Will there be new Star Wars movies? Are the Mr. Beast cookies good? And what has happened in my life? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, on this warm Louisiana evening. It's warming up. Gets cold, warms up, rains, gets cold, warms up, all that good stuff. But it is quite warm today, actually. It is like in the 80s, I'm guessing, outside right now. Oh, it's 69. I'm just hot nature. That makes a whole lot of sense, honestly. So I wanted to just go ahead and start off with some big news, not really in the entertainment field or anything for that particular. This news actually pertains to me, that for those of you that didn't know, I have been in a relationship for over a year now, and about a couple of weeks ago, as of this release, of course, I am officially engaged. I got engaged to my girlfriend, who I've been in a relationship for over a year now, of course. I felt the time was right, and that I wanted to get engaged, of course. Me and her actually talked about it beforehand, but she didn't know when, where, what time, all that good stuff. I planned it out perfectly, had the help of a friend, and we had a good plan in place. I might end up saying all that in the future, but it is true that her and I are engaged, and I'm going to be getting married at the end of this year, which is kind of wild to think about. I started this podcast, single, never been in a relationship at that point, and now here I am, been in a relationship for over a year and engaged, over 3 years into this podcast. This is episode 171, and I wanted to go ahead and tell all of y'all that, since y'all are kind of a part of my life on a weekly basis anyway, and just let y'all know that her and I are engaged, and it's not open invitation. Just because you listen doesn't mean you can't come to the wedding. But I will definitely let y'all know that is definitely a future episode. Wedding review coming soon. What do you rank this on a scale from 0 to 100 with no decimals? I will be telling the story of all that and wherever we go on our honeymoon. It hasn't been decided yet. We haven't decided a good bit, but we've decided a date, a time, and where. I will delve that location and time after the wedding, of course, and talk about all that later in the year. It is going to be happening in November, so we have a little less than 7 months till it happens, and that is quite exciting that is going to be happening. I still can't believe it, still in shock and awe, but I am very excited that is going to be happening, and can't wait to share that moment and be with her for the rest of my life. I get to wear a ring, so that's cool. When I get to be married to her, and I care about her a lot. And, it's just one of those things where it's like, I understand, some people might, be dating in a relationship for like 4, 5, 6 years before they decide to get married. It was literally the day after our 1-year anniversary that I proposed. So it's literally a year and a day is how long we basically dated till we got engaged. You could technically still say that we're dating, even though we're fiance, but it'll be like a year and 7 months and so many days on our wedding day. So not even 2 full years of being together, and we'll be married. And that's us, some people might think that's moving fast, and some people have definitely gotten married quicker than that. But, if whatever speed works for you and your partner, that's up for y'all to decide. Definitely be open about that, they always, make those jokes in movies and TV shows and say, don't talk about a wedding and don't do that and don't do this. You don't want to talk about it too soon and all that. But once you start getting serious and you're actually together for at least a couple of months, y'all should definitely start talking about it. If your partner's open to that, if they aren't, of course, ask first, but definitely be able to say, hey, what do we want out of this? Are we together just to be together? Is this a one-off? Is this, going to blossom into a marriage with kids and living together for, 60, 70, 80 years for the rest of our lives, And then from there on is when you move to that position of being in that, to be engaged, or if y'all are comfortable with just dating for a long time, if you have other obligations and finishing school and you want to wait until this, and then they're okay, I finished school on this day in May, so anytime after that is good, so that's fully up to y'all, that's to every person's preference. So, but for us, we care about each other, love each other. We want to be together with each other, move in and all that good stuff. And why wait when we can just do it now? We both talked about it and, that's for us to decide. But that's fully up to you and your partner, not friends, not any other family members. That's up to you and your person. So, yeah, that was my Todd talk. Thank you for coming. So yeah, but thank you to everyone who has congratulated me so far and us that this is going to be our big day. I can't wait for it. It's going to be fun and nerve-wracking all at the same time. But, that's the best kind of fun is when a big moment like this happens, So I've been in every position, almost every position of a wedding. I have been the sound guy. I've worked the sound and lights. I have been a groomsman. I have officiated 2 weddings, and now I'm about to be the groom. The only thing I haven't been is a best man. So once I become, once I'm married, and then if I ever am the best man for somebody, I will have the wedding position infinity stones. It's going to be I will have collected all infinity stones. So, yeah. So that's cool, too, to be in every position of a wedding, and officiating a wedding next year as well. So, but yeah, I just wanted to say that and share that information with all of y'all. And so, yeah, so big things definitely coming this year. This is going to be probably the biggest year, definitely in my life, getting engaged and married in the same year, too. So, yeah. So, to go ahead and get into some entertainment news, of course, I wanted to go ahead and start off real quick. It's a lot of Star Wars talk. So, the video game Star Wars Jedi Survivor is releasing this month on April 28th. So, that's a real big thing. April 28th is, of course, a Friday. So, all of you will be able to pre-order it now, of course. You've been able to pre-order it if you're interested in that type of stuff. But the full release is on a Friday, so you'll be able to game on that all weekend at the last weekend of April. So that'll be fun, of course. I'm definitely going to have to try to get it as well. So that's going to be definitely fun. It's a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, and it takes place I think 5 years or at least a few years after the first game. So this takes place after that. So big Star Wars news is that Star Wars Celebration was this past weekend, and I wanted to try and look. Okay, here's a news article. These news articles, it's always everything announced at this event. That is what I like to see. So, let's see here. Okay, trying to make sure I get everything. So, the first thing I want to talk about is they announced 3 live-action Star Wars movies from 3 different directors for each one. There will be a movie directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. I don't know who that is. Dave Filoni and James Mangold. If you know Dave Filoni, of course, he created Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and he also has helped with The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. James Mangold, he directed Logan, the Wolverine movie, and some other movies that I can't remember. And he's also directing the new Indiana Jones movie as well. He is going to be directing a movie that's going to go back to the dawn of the Jedi. So he'll be directing, like, the first ever Jedi is what we're going to have in that movie. And then Dave Filoni is going to be focusing on the New Republic, is what he has said. And he also is a creator and executive producer for the new Ahsoka series that'll be premiering this year, and I'm more on that in a minute. And Charmine is a director behind Miss Marvel, and this movie that Charmine is going to be in charge of is going to be about... It's going to be a movie that's basically kind of going to be episode 10. It's going to take place after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, episode 9, and will be about Daisy Ridley returning as Rey to build a new Jedi Order. So, that's exciting as it is, you know. So, we'll see what happens there and how that's all going to happen. And it'll be interesting to see. So, Kathleen Kennedy, which is the president of Lucasfilm, she has already said that these movies are pretty far along in development. And we're going back to the original, like way back before episode 1, going back to the dawn of the Jedi and to the Old Republic has officially returned to canon. So we will be having movies and series about Darth Revan and Darth Bane and all that good stuff, which will definitely be good, because that's, you know, because, I mean, Mandalorian's in season 3 right now, and it's good, it's good, but I can understand if there's, like, falling off parts to it, you know, so it's like we gotta go to a different era now, so it'll be interesting to talk about that. Dave Filoni's movie is about the New Republic, and this is about the after episode 6 going into episode 7, the New Republic established by Princess Leia and Luke and Han and all that. After Return of the Jedi, of course. And then on the series side of things, Ahsoka is premiering on Disney Plus in August of this year, 2023. And they hinted that there might be a second season of this show as well. And Rosario Dawson, of course, is playing the Ahsoka character. And they showed a trailer, which is not even 2 minutes long, and it was a lot was shown into it. Because Hera Syndulla, the character Hera from Star Wars Rebels, and Sabine, and the droid Chopper, all from the Star Wars Rebels series, are going to be showing up. Mon Mothma was there. And then, of course, the big thing, the big villain, anyway, of this show, is the first live-action showing up, the first glimpse of a live-action Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to be in this series. And he apparently, from what they've said, that he is the heir to the Empire. That since, in their eyes, Palpatine's dead, Darth Vader's dead, and Grand Admiral Thrawn is basically the next guy to take that place, to be the ruler of the Empire after it fell to Luke and all of them. So, and he don't even use like a lightsaber or nothing, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't even use the Force, but for him to be such of a big bad guy and not even have to fight back against Jedi, that shows you how powerful he is. He's smart. He's a great general, you know. But for him to be able to be back and fight against Jedi, rebels, whoever it is, and he has no powers, like, this guy means business. He is something, So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. His character, the guy who is playing Grand Admiral Thrawn, is Lars Mikkelsen, and he was actually the voice of Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels. So that's pretty cool. So we'll have the same voice, but it'll actually be his face, and he'll be painted blue to look like Thrawn. So yeah. There was some other stuff about the Acolyte, which is a weird way to put this, is that they describe the Star Wars Disney Plus series, The Acolyte, as Frozen meets Kill Bill. Take that as you will. I don't know what that means. I doubt this is a musical, because this is about the rise of the Sith afterwards, There will be a Wookiee who is a Jedi. It's set between the Old Republic and the prequels. So it's before Episode 1, but this is after the Old Republic has already happened. So, about the rise of the Sith coming back before Palpatine and Darth Maul get together and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So it's pitched as part Frozen, part Kill Bill, which is interesting to hear that. So, I don't know. So, yeah. Then the Skeleton Crew series arriving later in 2023, which will be interesting. Don't really know a ton about it. Tales of the Jedi is getting a second season, as well as Star Wars Vision is getting Volume 2. The Lando series is definitely still happening at some point, and Taika Waititi is still working on his Star Wars movie as well. And then Jedi Survivor got its last trailer. So, big things coming in the future for Star Wars. Very excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see the Ahsoka series and these new movies that they're talking about. I'm definitely excited when they get to the Old Republic, because they're talking about all this stuff afterwards. They really exploring the part in between episodes 3 and 4, in between 6 and 7, all the in between, and then they're going to make a movie about the first Jedi, the dawn of the Jedi, way before the Old Republic. And then once they get to the Old Republic, we got to spend a couple of years on the Old Republic, because there's a lot that happens between this. Like Darth Nihilus, Darth Bane, Darth Revan. Darth Revan in itself, that can be a whole trilogy. I personally think that should be a Disney Plus series about the Old Republic, especially about Revan's character, because he was good, then he went bad, then he went back to being good. And then I don't know if he went bad again after that. But, the Old Republic deserves a lot. It deserves, if it doesn't get 3 movies, it's got to have a full series that's at least 4 to 5 seasons. Because it's huge. And the amount of content that is in, definitely, based off just the Old Republic games. The Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic and all that. KOTOR is a big game for a lot of people. And just the Old Republic in itself, there's a lot to cover there that is untouched cinema-wise and series-wise. So, having that, happen now, that's, pure cinema right there. You can make 3 movies each and have each movie be 3 hours long. That's 9 hours worth of Old Republic content. That's why I'm saying I think it needs to be a series. That way you can cover more and delve deeper into the characters, because it gives them more depth, in my opinion. So that's my opinion. That's what I think they should do. I don't know if they're actually going to do it, but who knows. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the Star Wars stuff that is happening. I'm not going to go too in deep with all of it, but that's what is going to happen. Of course, the Ahsoka trailer is available now, so you can go watch that after you listen to this episode. And yeah, so that's pretty much all the Star Wars content. So now we're going to go ahead and go into a question. If you have any question you would like for me to answer on a future episode, you can do so by going on the link below in the description. It'll take you to my YouTube channel, and in the comment section of one of the videos, comment your question and also comment a drink, food, snack, candy, whatever you would like for me to review as well. So I have got one question here, and I think I know what this question pertains to. So the question is, what video game do you think would be a good movie? That's an interesting question. I definitely know for a fact this question is probably about since the Super Mario movie has just came out, and I have not watched it just yet. I do plan on seeing it. What video game do I think would be a good movie? I mean, there's a bunch of games that I think that could be good series because I think they deserve more screen time. Mario was good. I mean, we already got Sonic. We already got Detective Pikachu for Pokemon. I'm going to think of a video game that doesn't have a movie or series already about it. Halo had a god-awful series. Doom might be one. Doom, he don't talk that much anyway, but that would be a heck of a series. Apparently there's a Minecraft movie coming out in 2025. And apparently it's got Jason Momoa in it, which, God help us, I don't know what it's going to be about, but who knows. What could be a good one? Gears of War. I've heard different talk for years that was going to happen, whether it was a series or not, but I think Gears of War can happen. Mass Effect, Fallout. I think there's a Fallout series happening. God of War. The Last of Us is already happening as a series on HBO. Basically, a lot of the PlayStation games, definitely. Like Days Gone. If we had Star Wars The Force Unleashed, that would be pretty cool. Ghost of Tsushima, which was on PlayStation. I played it pretty recently on PS5. That was a really good game. I haven't finished it, but it's really good. I definitely can see it being a movie or a show. What else could be something? Spider-Man. Any of the Metal Gear games, like Metal Gear Solid, I definitely think that could be pretty well as a movie or series. Anything that's just a long game. Anything that's just like either a long game or that has a bunch of them. You know, like Halo could have done way better, but like Gears of War, there's a couple. Mass Effect, there's a couple. What else? There's Grand Theft Auto can definitely have that, but you know it'd be different, but also kind of the same. The Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, Red Dead. I did see something that Jack Black said that they made the Mario movie and he would like there to be a Red Dead Redemption movie or show that HBO could, since the HBO made The Last of Us and it turned out really well, that the HBO could make a Red Dead series, which would be really cool if they actually did that. And include Red Dead Revolver, because it definitely needs to be included. I guess I could say that. As a series, I would definitely put Red Dead, because that would work. It's a Western. People love that, you know. It would work out really good. But it's like a one-off movie. I guess I could say Ghost of Tsushima, which is like a samurai movie, you know, which would be really good, I think. Or Metal Gear, you know, one of those. Like Metal Gear or Ghost of Tsushima, I think would be different and also really good to have as a movie. You know, so if they do it good, then it'll be worth it, you know, so that's what I'll say. Ghost of Tsushima or Metal Gear as a movie, and then Red Dead as an HBO series. It's got to be HBO because it's violent. Same way with like Grand Theft Auto. If it's a series, it's got to be on HBO because they're the only ones who will do it right. So, thank you for that question. And now we're going to be reviewing 2 different flavors of the Mr. Beast cookies. So, I've actually reviewed the regular chocolate chip Mr. Beast cookies before, but I did not know they had this other flavor, which is the peanut butter chocolate chip Mr. Beast cookies. I'm going to be reviewing both of these flavors right now and seeing if the Mr. Beast flavor or the regular chocolate chip flavor holds up to what I reviewed before. So let's go ahead and get the regular chocolate chip. It smells good. A little cookie. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Oh, God. It's a little hard. Need to spray some water on them. Interesting. Okay. Dry. I just love a dry cookie. It's okay. The chocolate part's the best part. On a scale of 0 to 100 with no decimals, I would give that a solid, I'd give it a 70 because it's okay. I don't really want it again. I'd probably finish the bag, but not go seek it out. Sorry, Mr. Beast. It's okay. Like I said, it's not too thrilling. You know, it's not blowing my socks off or anything. But I don't want it again after having it. So it's not wowing me right now. How do I open this? So I have the other package, which is the... Oh, that's not how you open it. Time to use the scissors. So the other flavor I have here is the peanut butter chocolate chip. I cannot get it open for one thing. Here we go. Okay, finally. Put the scissors on. So this is the peanut butter chocolate chip Mr. Beast cookies. So they have peanut butter in them apparently. God, this is huge. Still looks like it's going to be dry. I can smell the peanut butter in it. It smells old. The peanut butter does not smell new. So, peanut butter chocolate chip Mr. Beast cookies. They're plant-based too, so let's give it a try. Okay. Softer than the regulars. Okay. Interesting. Good. I definitely like the peanut butter better than the regular chocolate chip. I think I'll give the peanut butter a 76. That's good. Like, they're still dry, and I can see, like, they can be pretty hard. But other than that, just having it as itself, that's good. I like it. So, peanut butter at a 76, and regular chocolate chip at a solid 70. So, if you have anything you would like for me to review in the future, make sure you comment it down below in the YouTube version. And also comment your question as well to be answered on a future episode. And I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. So, as always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And follow the Toddcast on Instagram at @the_Toddcast_ for all your updates and Toddcast needs. And tell your friends and your family to give it a listen. And thank all of you, once again, for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, we just got to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.